for people like me who, played the beta, who, feel like, man, I really do want to play this game. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I pay that extra money or should I wait it out? Man, I waited for the beta. I can wait 4 days, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, welcome back to the multi-tap. You're here with Lee Boy and then self-proclaimed king of games, Kruja. And
KOG.
Say it again.
KOG.
KOG. What does that mean?
I was saying that all day yesterday in V Rising, king of games.
Oh, that's what you. Okay.
Yeah, because when you died, I said, don't feel bad. I'm not dying because KOG.
Why you didn't put SPKOG?
Because I didn't need to put that. Those are nonsense letters. Those are letters that you made up to feel better about yourself. Just KOG dealt with stuff. Every time you die.
One day we have to have the fans. Once the fans echo it, and they'll keep them. Then we'll see.
I thought you were gonna get it. I thought you because I kept putting it every time.
I thought you kept calling me a cog in the wheel. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You said you got some news for us here on the multi-tap and people that's tapping in. So tell us what's on the agenda for today, Kruja.
All right, well, we just mentioned it first and foremost, so we weren't completely off topic. V Rising has gotten a big update. This was a game that came out last year. It was right up my alley. I wasn't sure if you were going to like it. You started playing it. The isometrical is not really your thing. The aiming system is not really your thing, but you started vibing along with it because the game is just that fantastic. So for those that don't know, I'll go over just a quick overview. It's a vampire survival game, and it's just as fun as it sounds. So you're a vampire. You try to seek out other like meta-humans to try and get their powers, and you just progress through building your castle and upgrades and things like that. I love the game. What do you think of the game real quickly, boy?
Wow, V Rising. That's the game that not for nothing that got me into playing. Well, back into playing the top-down because I really didn't like top-down stuff, but this game was really good. So good, in fact, it led me into Diablo 4, which is coming out, in about a week from now?
Yeah, well, we'll get into that in a little bit. So a couple of months ago, you and I talked because we were devastated. We had beat all the content, and we were like, man, this game has no updates. They aren't saying anything. And then lo and behold, they released a new big free expansion pack. It's not really an expansion pack, but it's a big update, and you can build bigger and better multi-level castles now. Before, you couldn't make multi-level unless you use some trick system with the hill. But now you can make multi-level castles. There's new items. There's more freedom to make your vampire lair exactly the way you want it. They've also included new bosses, new monster types. There's an array of new weaponry. There's a bunch of different new stuff for you to check out. So if you checked out V Rising and you were like us before and you finished all the content, check it out again. The Gloomroot update is now. So I recommend that.
Definitely, me too. Very good game. Very, very good game. And us playing it again yesterday was like it's like relearning the game because we actually stopped at the point where there was it was a little bit more content left to go, but we did almost pretty much everything. Yeah. Coming back to play the game, they wiped everything. Old characters done, all the castles we had, all the setups that we had. It's all done. And speaking of castles, before we move on to the next thing, is that they expanded on that, and now I think there's upstairs and downstairs they added now.
Yeah, that's what I said, the multi-level castles. Because remember before when we did the upstairs and downstairs, you had to be next to a hill and you had to put the stairs up and the stairs was outside, so you had to worry about the sun hitting you and things like that. But now you can do multi-level castles inside, and when you sign in, you'll see we actually have one. Because I stood up kind of late last night. So you'll check it out.
Okay. So again, if you haven't done it already, go check out that V Rising update. What's next, Kruja?
All right, so next thing it used to be near and dear to my heart. I don't think you've ever played this, but it's Overwatch, right? So I've played Overwatch 1 extensively. I love the game. I thought it was fantastic. It was a nice blend between arena shooter and MOBA, and in kind of a compromised way. So I don't know if you heard as much of what's going on with Overwatch 1.
No, I haven't, because I haven't. Listen, I'm going to let everybody know out there right now. I was trash at GoldenEye 64. Straight trash. I was the dude you run around and get nothing but points. Follow me and you win, because I sucked at GoldenEye. I didn't start getting really good at first-person games and felt comfortable with it because I had such a bad experience with GoldenEye because I was just straight trash. Halo.
Halo.
I was a sniper. I was shooting. I was sniping cats with the regular pistol. I was nice at Halo. But then after that, my skills diminished. And don't even get me started on first person with a mouse and a keyboard. So sorry,
So
first person shooters out there to let you guys know I'm not the guy to talk to about first person shooters, but Overwatch is a game that I there's games that I don't play that I do watch from afar, and I try not to give my so-called my cousin would say you're blinded by his opinion, but I'm not a hater of first person shooters. So I've seen the growth of this game. I've seen how it's taken in people. Like same thing with Fortnite. I know I'll get destroyed on Fortnite. I probably get destroyed on Overwatch. But I've seen the growth of how people have taken to both these games. How much Call of Duty, another game that by the masses people love this game. So when you say that they're having what again? What was it?
So they're having it's a kind of a controversy, right? So first off, Overwatch 2 was a controversy in itself because it didn't look like it was a massive upgrade, and people were already enjoying Overwatch 1. And so when it's like the sports games. Whenever you go to a new game, you have to buy all the cosmetics over again and everything like that. So when they were going to Overwatch 2, they made a couple of promises. They said they were going to get away with the loot. They were going to get away from the loot boxes, so you can buy the cosmetics straight up. So they did that. They did that. But the main reason, the main justification for them making Overwatch 2, and they stressed this, was that they wanted to make a PVE mode. They wanted to make a PVE mode for 5 people to play. And so that way, if you don't like PvP content, you can play the PvE mode. So people, they begrudgingly accepted it. They stopped development on Overwatch 1. They stopped all of the updates on Overwatch 1 except for like hotfixes and things like that. So they can focus on Overwatch 2 with the promise that they were going to do PvE. Well, this week or last week, they announced that they were going to stop developing the PvE mode. They said it wasn't going to happen. They're not going to release the PvE mode. And this is already, Overwatch 1 is done. Overwatch 2 is out. So people are not too happy about that because they were accepting Overwatch 2, even though it was a little of an upgrade. I mean, they do have some upgrades, some systems are upgraded, but they canceled the PvE mode for whatever reason,
So they pretty much wasted time. They said they were going to do this for the gamers and say, okay, for you guys that like, because not for nothing, that'd be definitely for somebody up my alley. Because getting PvP'd and slayed to death by other players. They'd have had fun time with me, but I don't think I would have had fun. But PvE with your friends gearing up to go shooting, in the environment world, sound like it would have been fun. And then you do all this development for it, and then you just say, I bet we're not doing that. We done and then so all of that time. All right, so let me ask this: all of that time that they've done developing the PVE, and they trashed it. So now what's going on with the rest of the game then?
No, that's it. It's just Overwatch 2. So, they made people give up Overwatch 1 to jump over begrudgingly to Overwatch 2 with the promise that they were going to do a PvE mode on top of, upgrading the Overwatch 2, right? So people had to give up and they had to buy their cosmetics again and all that other stuff. But now they're not doing PvE. It's what you and I call a bait and switch. They're not doing a PvE mode. That's it. So it's just Overwatch 2.
So you just baited us to play this game. You baited us to jump from the old game we was playing to this new game, and you failed to deliver on the promise of the reason why we're here in the first place.
Yep.
You twisted our hand, and all of that time that you brought this mode that you think we would like, because I'm pretty sure Overwatch is a game geared toward player versus player. So you brought in a mechanic that we, the core players, don't really mess with, but we like the game, so we'll buy into it. And wasted all of that time to not deliver when you could have spent more time building the game that we like, adding in more stuff, and you do this to us. Good job, Overwatch.
and keeping in touch with that. My next newest item doesn't stray away from Blizzard, because Blizzard loves to outdo themselves when it comes to like controversies. This one I don't feel too bad about. And I'll go over why I don't feel bad about. So WoW tokens are now coming to WoW Classic, right? And so WoW tokens is a controversy hot topic because it's essentially Blizzard becoming their own gold sellers. So you buy a WoW token. So the way it works is, because I know you're not too much up on WoW. So the way it works is that you buy a token.
I haven't played WoW since. I'm an OG WoW head. The last time I played WoW was Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah, and that's when I stopped. I played various expansions here and there. I don't think I was as into it since Cataclysm. I did play Mr. Pandaria, and I played a couple of expansions after that. But I think the last time I was fully into raiding and things like that was Cataclysm. But essentially, these wild tokens are $20 tokens, and you can exchange them in game for about roughly 11 to 12,000 gold. Um, so that's what the wild tokens are. So Blizzard is actually becoming their gold sellers. I don't mind it too much because you and I both know real money traders are out there. You know, the RMT is out there. So and with the RMT, you risk going to that third party site and they can get your credit card information and things like that. So I don't feel as bad as this. I understand it, and it gives like a pay to win aspect, especially when it comes to these classic rating things, because I know that they use like the old style rating, which I don't know if you know about, but back in the day, you used to bid on items in your guild, and then so say a shield drops, right? You and I want the shield. I bid 5,000. You bid 4,000. The shield goes to me. I give 5,000 to the guild, and then it gets divvied to everybody that was in the raid, right? But with this WoW token, you just can outbid everybody, and you're basically pay to win. So I can see why people are feeling bad. I just don't feel as bad about it because in MMOs, money's RMT is always going to exist. No matter what you do to try to combat it, it's always going to exist. People are always going to buy gold. This is a safe way to do it. It makes Blizzard more money, yeah, but it's better than giving your credit card to a third-party company. So I don't feel as bad about this controversy, but I know people are up in arms because they're bringing it to the wrath of the Lich King Classic servers.
Wow. Really? Literally.
Literally.
Well, we gotta do a live where we just go on for hours about video
MMOs.
games and everything else where people could come. We getting there, guys. We gonna get to this live stream. But to do that and have Blizzard do it, they're just trying to move, I guess, into what they see as the future, you know. But we knew that eventually that companies were gonna be their own RMT service because they're gonna move away from the market because they saw how they were getting these money. People will pay money, real money, for in-game items. Like, yes, I want that damn sword, you know, and like how in Final Fantasy, you know, we had the real money traders there, and you needed guild. You had the monsters were no joke, and you had to have the right gear to go in there and fight. Certain people would not let you, and I'm pretty sure it was like this in WoW. If you wasn't geared properly, they're not letting you in, bro. You know, whatever class you were, they weren't. I don't care how good you are. They looked. The first thing they looked at was your gear. They would look at what is he wearing. No, he still has on his level 5 boots.
No, there's actually a skit I got to show you. I'll show you after this to show you about buying gold in these games. That's hilarious. It's done in the real world. So I'll show it to you after this. But
it's crazy. All right. What else we got on the agenda too?
All right, and the last one is also about Blizzard. So Blizzard has the trifecta.
Damn, son.
But this is more of just an update. So just to remind everybody that the game that we're going to be playing is Diablo 4, and that comes out on June 6th. So it's June 6th for the standard edition, but of course, these companies, they're trying to get as much money as they can. I don't blame them too much, but the digital deluxe edition, if you purchase it, is $20 more, and you can start on June 2nd. I think you and I are probably just going to go with the standard edition, and we'll start on June 2nd.
We here at Multi-Tap, whether you agree with us or not, everybody has their own opinion on stuff. I know we had some people in the comment section that didn't agree when I said my stuff about Sony, even though I still agree with what I said. I'm not stand by it. Even though I could have expressed it a little bit more clearly to clarify some things, which I want to do in the live. We got to get this live going. But
anyway, yeah, because I think you and I, even after that video, we had like another 3
hours. We had a whole another 3-hour conversation after the video. So it's like it's stuff that you didn't say on there. So it's like, it is what it is. But I will say this. We will always keep it a buck here on how we feel, regardless. Everybody has opinions. I don't always agree with this man, and he don't always agree with me. And that's one of the best reasons of us doing this duo combination, because we will agree on stuff, but then there's things I might miss that you might catch, and there's things I would catch you may not catch. And when it comes down to Diablo, we're gonna keep it straight with you guys. We always gonna keep it 100. I don't think it's worth it's a great game, but I do not think it's worth paying that extra price to play the game 2 days early. Sorry, it's just not. And again,
4 days, but
4 days early, still not. Sorry. Sorry, it's still not, because I feel like I don't think it's on the same level as a Hogwarts Legacy, or I had a chance to check it out, or Tears. I don't think,
that's right. That has to be a whole video because that's you starting to convert. So that has to be a whole video
slowly.
too.
That's a slow convert.
You
Slow.
try
Because
tears.
I don't think that I'm thinking about what other games they got that I might want to check out. But I checked out Tears.
Oh, I get your list. You like Final Fantasy, you like
off camera. Well, give me a list.
you
But
like
when it
Final
comes,
Fantasy Tactics. You got War Groove.
hold
I
up,
got you.
we talking about Diablo, bro. So when it comes down to Diablo, I don't think it warrants playing it early. Now, mind you, this is not a knock to Diablo fans out there who feel like, man, what are you talking about? I'm a Diablo fan. I love Diablo. What you talking about? What are you talking about? It doesn't warrant. We're not talking about you guys. We're talking about like me. I converted over to playing Diablo. I never played it before, but playing it during the slam and the other beta that they have, and just judging off that into the potential of where it's gonna go and where I see it, I'm gonna be playing this game for a while. If they keep going the way it's going, especially with all the MMO features that they got in the game. I like it. I love it. I really do. But I don't think it warrants me paying extra money to play it 4 days earlier. I don't know. Hogwarts Legacy, I was like this. That
Right.
crack was in the system, boy. You
Right,
know,
and just to clear it up, he's not saying that it's bad if you pay
Right.
the extra money because we have done it countless times. How many collector's editions did we buy for MMOs just to start one day early? You know, it's
exactly.
insane.
So that's the reason
We
why I said
understand.
that. That's the reason why I said what I said about
Yeah.
you know the diehards out there. This is not for you guys who play Diablo like that. This is for people like me who played the beta, who feel like, man, I really do want to play this game. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I pay that extra money or should I wait it out? Man, I waited for the beta. I could wait 4 days, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could wait 4 days. Let's save that extra money on the other games. You diehards out there, go for it. We're not bashing you guys. You go.
Yeah, we can save it for armor set.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. That extra money. Exactly. That's what I would do. So we're just gonna keep it a stat like that. Great game. We're not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying for the price and for someone like me who's just getting into this genre of playing, the Diablo franchise, it doesn't want that extra money for 4. Nah.
Yeah.
That Hogwarts, man, I paid for it twice for me and the missus to play, but you know how it goes. But anyway. So with that being said, guys, go check out Diablo 4, which will be coming out official. Early access is going to be on the 2nd, and then the official game comes out on the 6th. Also, if you guys haven't checked it out already, Verizon computer. This is for the computer heads. A lot of these games, some of them might be coming to console. There are a lot of them in the early access, like Small Lands is an early access, which I think is also coming to like Xbox, PlayStation 5s. So you console guys out there, if you got consoles, don't feel left out. These good games will be coming, but it's also
I don't know if Verizon is going to come out because it's not good on the controller. Like even using it on the Steam Deck, I tried. It's not that good.
Well, so I have to opt them because I can't remember how I played it last time. Either I modified my mouse.
No, you just got good. You got good.
Could be because man, it's like all over. You seen last night, I was all over the place, but I was also tired too. But I was all over the place.
But knowing you and knowing how your brain is that you keep attacking in the direction that you think your character's looking at. You have to retrain your brain because I think I remember that you running into this issue before, and then I helped you with it. You have to train your brain to constantly look at the little cursor that's on your screen, so that way you remember that that's where you're aiming. And you're not used to that because you don't play first-person shooters and stuff like that. So you're not used to that. So you gotta follow the cursor that's on your screen. So we'll get more practice in
a top-down game.
Anyway, don't worry, I could always revive you.
And coming soon, I gotta announce this since we're here. Got to announce this. We will be having a Discord soon. So that means that you guys stay tuned for that. If you like us, you can check us out on the Discord. If you miss a video, we'll be posting stuff there. So that way you never miss when we post videos and things of that nature. Talk games, talk comics, talk all kinds of stuff on there on the Discord. That's why we're going to have it up. All right, guys, that was it for Multi-Tap. We multi-tapped into a couple of things. Make sure you tap that subscribe button. Make sure you check us out on all our social medias. And with that being said, we'll catch you guys on the next one.